By the end of this video, you will have clarified and mapped out the pricing, structure, and timing of your coaching package so that your clients get great results and you make a lot of money. If you're new to my channel, my name is Peter Scott. I'm the founder of Fearless Coach Academy, where we have trained thousands of coaches to launch and scale their coaching business over the last 10 years. So let's dive right in. The first thing to consider when designing your first coaching package is the duration. How long should you work with a client? Now, of course, this depends on your niche and it depends on your offer, but at the end of the day, I'm going to give you a number so you don't have to guess. The best timeline to start as a new coach is 90 days. 3 months is what I recommend. Are there coaching packages that are shorter than that? Yes. Are there coaching packages that are longer than that? Yes. But to just get off the ground and have an offer in place, 90 days is a great timeline because it's long enough to create a significant transformation in a client's life. It's also short enough to keep them highly motivated and focused. And because of those two things, 90 days is really a magical number. Think about health and fitness transformations. Most of those transformations are positioned as 90-day challenges. And so you don't have to be a health coach to model that. You could be an executive coach, a leadership coach, a relationship coach, an ADHD coach, whatever type of coach you are, right? 90 days is a great duration. So that's number one, what I recommend. As your coaching business grows and as you get more skills, you may, have different level packages where there's a shorter package, a mid package, and a longer package. But for now, keep it super simple. Have one offer, have one duration. Don't negotiate, right? Don't think about, we can do this and then we can do this. That complicates the entire sales process. It actually feels more salesy. If instead you just say, when we work with a client, we work with them for 90 days. Pause. Period. Done. Right? That's it. So that's the duration that I'm going to recommend. Let's go to frequency next. How often do you plan to meet with clients? When you're beginning, my recommendation is absolutely have a weekly coaching call. Now, a weekly coaching call over 90 days would be 12 calls, right? So every single week for 90 days, you meet with them once a week. Generally, those coaching calls could be somewhere between 45 minutes to 60 minutes. My recommendation is when you get more skilled, having your calls be closer to that 45-minute range so that you don't feel like you're on back-to-back meetings all the time. But sometimes a client will need more time with you, and having that buffer is really nice to provide. The one exception that I recommend is that if your niche are busy executives, for example, many of our students in Fearless Coach Academy are corporate and business leaders. They're working with emerging leaders and corporate executives. These are generally very, very demanding careers. And so because of that, even if they got more value from more meetings, just their bandwidth is not going to accept oftentimes a weekly call. They would prefer a bi-weekly call. So again, go with your intuition and your gut on this of what feels better to you. But if I was starting, when I started 15 years ago, if I was you watching this video right now, I'd start with weekly sessions. That also gives you the practice and the skills and the repetition you need to build your skills and master your craft. So we just nailed the duration. We talked about the frequency. The next big one is pricing. And this is a controversial topic because, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, because everyone has all sorts of baggage around pricing. It's just natural, right? It can feel scary to sell yourself as a coach. It can feel our fear of, judgment, of rejection, of failure, imposter syndrome can come up. I'm going to cut through the noise and just simplify it with you right now. A great price point to start for a 90-day program is about $500 a month. $500 a month is a great price point. Super simple. It's basic. So $1,500, right? $1,500 for 3 months of coaching. Now, we have many students that have gone above that, but to start, that's a great place to start. If you've never worked with a client before and you want to start, depending on your experience, then that's an easy thing for most people to say and for easy thing for someone to say yes to. As you develop your skills more, you may find that you're charging, $600 a month, $1,000 a month and beyond. But to start, $1,500 is fair. I do recommend a little pricing structure here. I do recommend having a pay in full discount and a payment plan. So an example of this could be something like, my pricing is $1,500 paid across 3 months, which is $500 a month. Or if you want to prepay up front, you save $300 and it's a one-time investment of $1,200. right? That's an example of a way to structure that pricing. If you want specific exact dollar amounts to know what to charge for your one-on-one coaching, your group coaching, your online courses, and your corporate trainings, then just click the link in my description to download our pricing guide for coaches. It is free, it is useful. You can download it, open it up, apply it, and now you have your offer. So we just nailed your duration, your frequency, and your pricing for your first coaching package. There's two more steps left. The fourth one is program design. You need to actually design your program. Now, I get that in the beginning, you may not know how to design it. And we call this our proven process. Our proven process is the step-by-step process clients go through in our signature coaching program. In the beginning, for you, if you've never worked with a client before, this wouldn't be proven, would it? Of course not. So what you're going to do instead is make a hypothesis. You're going to think down to paper and brain dump all the different things that you want to include in your coaching, right? Don't worry about the order of it or the sequence. For now, just put it to paper. And then you can go back and start ordering it and then start delivering it even when it's not perfect. And this is what every great coach does when they're starting, is they leap off the cliff of uncertainty, right? They think to themselves, okay, I may not have a polished, perfect program yet, but I can help this person and I'm going to. And then as you help that person and the next person and the next person, and you've got 3 clients, 5 clients, 10 clients, now you're going to identify patterns and you can really turn that into a proven process. So that is step number 4, is designing your program by clarifying the benchmarks towards their dream result. So an easy way to think about this is, if you've followed my other videos, you know that you're clear on the problem that you're solving for your client. You're clear on the result that they want, which is the promise that you're making. What are the benchmarks? What are the steps that they need to take to achieve that? And what are the benchmarks they need to achieve to know that they're on pace for that? That's what I mean by program design. So that would be your 4th step. Your 5th and final step is identifying the patterns in the proven process. So as I said earlier, you don't know that this is proven yet, but as you start delivering it and coaching it, you'll discover what worked great in that delivery, what was totally not needed, and what was completely missing. And when you find the holes in your process and you discover the patterns, now that goes from a hypothesis to a proven process that you know without a shadow of a doubt will deliver results when your clients do the work. So those are the 5 steps of designing your first coaching package. I hope this video was useful. Before I wrap this up, I just want to ask you a quick favor. I discovered recently that 78% of you who are watching this video are not subscribed to the channel. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel now if you never want to miss a future video. And if you're at the stage of wanting to design your first package, now you probably also need help getting your first few clients and generating leads. I created a free online course. It's incredible. It doesn't cost anything, and you can access it by clicking the video up here in the corner. It's how to start a profitable coaching business and enroll your first paying client in the next 30 days. So click up here, check out that video series, and I will see you in the next video.